bit we don't want to remember. But I'd just like to...
Once it's happened, it's happened.
It's happened, and we think, oh my God. A couple of things I will discuss. Sorry to some of you here, that's all I can say. Tracy started her life at Basildon College on the 6th of January 1999, and she was actually employed by Ermgard, who we all know here. She was her manager. At 2001, it merged with Thurrock College. And I remember it well because you were never allowed to say Basildon and Thurrock College. You only ever were allowed to say Thurrock and Basildon College. And I thought it was an interesting merger, you know, you're not allowed to call it Basildon and Thurrock. And she was a registry assistant when she first started. She then moved on in 2005 to HR to become an HR advisor. But she was training and development, so there's a theme going through here. In fact, before you came to the college, you were training and development, weren't you?
Yeah.
2009, the merger was announced between South East Essex College and Thurrock and Basildon College, get it right. And the reason why that's important is because we decided as a team to work together. At that time, I was managing staff development, teacher training, and who else was managing? I can't remember. Staff development, teacher training,
advanced practitioners.
No, they weren't even in existence then. So we decided, as there was a teacher training inspection coming at Basildon, and that we wanted to make sure we could join together, we actually just started working together in the 2009. So 2010 for us was a bit of a damp squib because we were already working as a team, and we just merged. So there was no problem. So as a team, we just merged. So then we became South Essex College, and we merged. That's when we really got to know Tracy quite well, really, because from then on it sort of was downhill, to be honest. I mean, we had a lot of gates, didn't we? Do you remember the gates? We had Huggate. There was a certain staff member, a male staff member, who used to come over, and Tracy made him feel welcome by giving him a hug.
And a kiss on the cheek.
And a kiss on the cheek. And then sadly, weekly, this man decided he needed a hug and a kiss on the cheek.
And I'm still here.
Damn you, young lady. So she had to deal with that in her own inimitable way. So we got past that one. Then there was Pantsgate.
That wasn't it.
But the person it involves is in the room.
Then she saw the label at the back of somebody's trousers and decided to give them a wedgie by pulling the label. And the rest of us stood there in a mountain place thinking, I don't quite know what to do or where to look. And this is probably not appropriate behaviour, so we just all quietly walked the other way.
But that was normal for me.
I think what the hell are you doing? And then there was Molegate, where Tracy was talking to a member of staff, and she went, oh! Well, she thought it was a little mark and bird, and actually it was a mole. And we all thought, oh my God. So the ultimate was Beltgate. I think that probably was our ultimate, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Where our new principal had just come to say hello and just wandering around the college. And as you know, Angela is a lovely person, but she's not the most huggy person. So she comes into our room and Tracy goes, oh, just a minute, turn around, look, you've got yourself all
And I said to her, if you're going to go off meeting new staff, you've got to look smart.
And the principal
Understand.
Who is this?
and asked me afterwards, who's that woman? Being based in Basildon, she now knows. That woman. So those are some of the things we went through. They were interesting. Then we come to talk about her timekeeping. This is a really interesting one, because I think I'm the only manager in the college who has to discipline somebody because they stay too late, not because they won't stay at all. And it got to the point where I had to find innovative ways of finding whether she was still here, because she realised that I would phone her to see if she'd gone home, so she wouldn't answer the phone. So then I used to go around the whole of this using different phones, and I caught her every single time, didn't I?
Yeah.
But I have to say I gave up, because I could tell her to go home and half an hour later she would still be there.
Yeah.
So I gave up, and actually estates were much better at saying, get the hell out, than I was.
Yeah.
Were they not?
Last week they did.
Last week they did. Negotiation-wise, she's probably the best in the business. I don't think any of you appreciate, who are managers here, when we go to external events, what she does to get us the prices we get. I mean, she is amazing. And I don't know how they look at me sometimes and think, how do you just pay this? But she gets us free Wi-Fi. She gets us desserts when we don't have them. She changes the order from sandwiches to an array of different things, which cost about 3 times as much as we would pay. She gets us free car parking.
Free room hire.
Free room hire, you know, and they want.
And I only do that by my verbal skills. I'm thinking all of a sudden there's a lot of benefits.
They come into them.
A lot of wedges, yeah.
But also, she probably is the best person to put together a difficult email. Many a time I've come to you, haven't I? Said,
Yeah.
I need to send this email. I need to be able to say this, but my email sounds quite harsh. Could you change it around? So she manages to be able to say the things that needs to be said, but she's so tactful, and she just manages to be able to say it. So that's the same impact, because she'll follow it up anyway. But she's really good, and that's one of the things I appreciate about her. I don't know what we'd do without you. I really don't know. You are somebody that is just part of a team. Mother hen. How many of you here have had mother hen treatment from Tracy? She'll look after you, she'll sort things out for you, and 9 times out of 10 I'll say, will you leave it alone, it's not your job. So that's why she stays late, because she still does it and then does her other jobs when she shouldn't be doing them. So, and again, I gave up because there's no point. Conversationalist. No. No.
That's why I stay late, because I talk too much.
Yeah. In fact, Andy had a little.
Andy had just a piece of cotton with a post-it that says too loud. So between one side of the desk to the other, I'd be on the phone and I'd see this thing come towards me. And he was on the phone and he'd be coming across, it'd be too loud.
So as you can see, we are the most PC lot in the group. Our history is that, as I said, as a team, we've had some challenging and hilarious times, and I have to tell you, if we didn't know how to laugh, this team would not succeed. From the time of merger, the first major thing we had to do, if any of you remember Brentwood, do you remember Brentwood Centre? 1,000 staff for a staff development day, and we were landed on it 3 months or so before it was due, and we had to then organise the whole event. It was freezing cold because the heating had broke. Somebody had come in during the night and pinched all the lunch. And the speaker decided he wasn't doing an hour, he was only doing half an hour in the morning. And Andrew, and it was Jan who said to me then, well, you're just going to have to fill the half hour, aren't you? So we did, and we managed it, and with it, as a team, we laughed our way through getting it set up, didn't we? We sorted it. And of course, everybody else engaged with it and enjoyed it, but they weren't keen to stay behind, particularly us. We were. Then there was the launch of the learning cycle. Do you remember the launch of the learning cycle? That was 400 teachers in the atrium on a cold day in groups of 50, where we had to devise activities, set it all up, have it ready. Do you remember? There's lots of you who remember. And we did
That's a coloured card.
And I can remember standing over the balcony looking down at this all set up for a staff development day, and the support staff were in the atrium thinking, I don't know how I'd do it without the staff I had. And you were one of the biggest people who made us laugh. And we did laugh, didn't we? We laughed our way through it, because otherwise we'd cry. I think as a manager, one of the best times I've ever had was when I managed staff development, teacher training and advanced practitioners, because I think that was the most joyous time of my whole career. It was the most headache time of my whole career, because they were an innovative, unique set of people. And on a Friday afternoon, trying to manage them at 3:30 at the end of the week is not the best in the world, but they were the best times ever. And that was often because of your laughter, your support, and just being you. So personally, what I can say about Tracy, that I've enjoyed every minute working with her. She's honest, she's trustworthy, she's funny, often even though she doesn't know she's being funny. She's funny. she often doesn't have any idea of the impact of what she says have on others when they're all, and she's looking at you saying, well, what are you all laughing at? And we're all laughing. You're kind, you're dedicated, you're caring, and you're a great colleague. You haven't cried yet.
It's going.
She has.
The bottom lip keeps going. I'm trying to hold it down.
She's endeared us all because she's unique. She's Tracy, and we're doing this, and what we've got is not going to be there anymore because of you. I wish you all the best for our new venture, and we all wish you all the best for the new venture. Oh God, they don't know what they've got.
I've got 3 months of trying to curb it. Past the probation, you'd be like, way, I'm here.
I think I would like to go in 3 months or so and see exactly how they're managing. That's what they're doing.
Oh, I'll be managing them.
Exactly. You're doing them, I can tell you that. But I would just like to say personally, you've been a fantastic person to work with.
Thank you.
And I have had the time of my life with you and the rest of the teams that I've worked with, and you will go on to great things.
Thank you.
We've got a few presents for you.
Thank you.
You've already given us something from our little team, so this is from the rest of the college.
Thank you.
Would you like them now, or would you like to say your words?
I think I have to say something before I
because
break down
otherwise you're
too
not
much.
gonna do
Once I start with
behind
that.
you, Tracy.
Sorry?
Left box tissues behind you.
I've got one in my hand, thank you. And I've written this down because there's not much to say really, and I'm sorry I'm reading from this, because if I don't do this I won't be able to say what I need to say. The first thing, apologies that I'm doing it from the notes. If I did, I'm repeating what I've just said. And it says an obvious sobbing wreck, which obviously I'm going to be. So, and I've said on here, I don't know how many times I've had to reapply my mascara this week because I got ready this morning, sat in front of the mirror, and I couldn't even see the mirror to what I was doing. Hopefully you'll all remember me as that smiling, happy person you usually see, not what you're seeing today. As you know, I'm a little bit shy. I'm a quiet person with not much to say usually, so it won't be a long speech. So, 20 years ago in 2 weeks, I joined Basildon College. I've left my forwarding address for my gold watch to HR. So I just noticed, as a reminder, 20 years ago, Oasis was still together and had a best-selling album. Spice Girls were all over the radio. Friends had only just started on Channel 4, and the girls were trying to get at the Rachel haircuts, so that's how long ago since I first joined. When I came to the college, it was only ever going to be as a short-term thing. Well, that was the plan. And my youngest was 6 months old, and then the plan was that I was going to move on after they went to school. Well, my youngest is now in his 3rd year at university, and I think I'm a little bit late, but then that's part of the course with me. Gone through 2 mergers, as we said, so I've seen a lot of changes. Going through my folders the other day, all my personal bits and pieces in the folders, and the names that are on the list of people that have come and gone over the years, just incredible. Working, this is where I'm going to go. Sorry, can't even speak. It's been an absolute bloody pleasure working with you all. And what makes the job so much easier is the people I've worked with, and everyone is so supportive. There's too many people to name to thank in terms of the departments we've worked with. Just estates team, the catering team, computing services, health and safety, and all the curriculum departments. And if I haven't mentioned your department, it's not because I've not worked with you, I've worked with everybody, but it is the support that everybody gives everybody in this organisation. I hope I can keep in touch with the majority of you. It's just, I'm just devastated. I'm pleased that I'm moving on to a better job, sorry. A job with opportunities that I wanted to move into. I don't mean that, please. No, a job that's given me... Excuse me, that's all right. You're going to cry.
No, she's taken the gift.
No, different opportunities. It's not something I was looking for, it's something that came my way, and just I thought that is an opportunity. The people I'm working with, I'm just going to miss you all so much. I just don't know where I'm going to... But this is a much smaller organisation, they're going to have to get used to me. I love the familiarity of coming to work every day. I come to Southend, everyone's welcoming. I go to all the other campuses and everyone's just fantastic. And I'm just going to miss you all so much. So keep in touch if you can. Stop crying, I still see you. But it's just been an absolute pleasure working with all of you. So thank you for making my job so much easier, for being so supportive and so lovely.
Yay!